Karibo, Dark, Summon Skull, Cyber Dragons, Critstron, Speedroid, Summon Skull, Malice, Jirak, Magistus, Summon Skull, Machinas, Quachimerus, but again, Moki Mokies, Monkeys, ABC, Summon Skull, Wadapon, mimighoul, Red Eyes, Summon Skull. Ryzeals. That's the way to go about it. Hello, my beautiful people on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis Accelerate Alter, welcoming you back to check this out. The show we take a look at whatever deck we want to take a look at. How's this a good old time? Today we're taking a look at a newish archetype. It's about a month old at this point because I kind of forgot about the darn thing. But we're taking a look at the Ryzeal Archetype, which is an interesting bunch. It's a rank 4 archetype that's all about spamming themselves out and making rank 4s, but it's not an archetype based around like omni-negation or floodgates or any of making themselves immortal or anything like that. It's actually a pretty straightforward bunch, which is surprisingly I think that's so rare nowadays in 2024. Everything's about omni-negation and stuff, but this archetype, not so much. Just about building up a bunch of monsters on the board, laying into the opponent their exceeds monsters, and they got some interruption things, but none of it's about omni-negating or anything like that. No, it's pretty straightforward. So we got ourselves our deck here today. We're gonna be showing off on good old yugioh Pro, that Wild West Yu-Gi-Oh. We're gonna show off the wombos and the combos, the what do's and the what not do's, and we're gonna have ourselves a good old time of it, showing off these rank 4 boys. So if you want the whole deck list at the end of the video as usual, but for now, let's head on into the action, show off what this baby can do. Alright everybody, our first opponent of the day in another card game. So with our deck, we prefer to go first, honestly. Not that I can't go second or anything, it's just like modern Yu-Gi-Oh being what it is. But our opening hand's not bad. Not too shabby. I mean, I would have liked to go first with this hand because I've got my one card starter. I've got my Ice Ryzeal already. I always got my field spell, which would allow me to very easily interrupt my opponents. So what is this guy doing? Dracluxion. I probably should have guessed that from the name. If I could stop this, is like the best chance I have to stop this dude. Let's just drop Dracluxion. We literally stopped the player himself, so we gotta be going somewhere with this. The 7th Tachyon. Hey, I got that card too. Cool. Alright, so we're up against some form of Galaxy Eyes. What did he just... It's just Tachyon Dragon. Okay, that could mean a lot of things. 7th Tachyon, get the Tachyon Primal Dragon. Then you have to put a card in your hand on top of your deck. Hopefully that ain't the 7th one, because then it'll just like big monsters and hurt me. I wouldn't want that to happen. So yeah, pretty straightforward bunch if you get down to it with Galaxy Eyes. I mean, yeah, they do a lot of combos and wombos and what do's, what not do's, but ultimately there's like, make a bunch of big monsters. Now, thankfully, Galaxy or Dracluxion or whatever the balls your name is, yeah, he's just negated forever. So this guy just attached material for nothing. But that was all part of the plan because you really wanted to get Spiral Dragon back. Oh boy. Wait, this I'd gone first, but okay, it's whatever it is. So we're up against Tachyon Dragon. Got Galaxy Wizard. Okay. Tributing that off to summon someone else, I would assume. Or making yourself level 8 to do more level 8 thing. Okay. Alright. Well, it's going to be an interesting going second here. Especially since I have to deal with Hope Harbinger boy. And you kept the Tachyon because you can play it from the hand. That's right. Okay. Let's start off with our field spell. Ryzeal Cross. It's basically a turbo engine. And with this thing, I can't exceed summon monsters with the same name as things I already have on the board. But basically, when my opponent activates a monster effect, and before it resolves, I can attach a material to negate it. So it was pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. Also, it's really helpful for baiting out number 38. And if he Tachyons me right now, that's even better, because now he loses everything he had to stop me. So he's Gucci. So let's use X Ryzeal's effect, who, in hindsight, I probably could have used that in the first place, but I really wanted to get rid of that spell, or that trap, or whatever the balls is. We're going to send this guy, Aggregator, to the grave. Special summon X Ryzeal from our hand. Now, this guy's going to search as a card, and because we ditched this meteor dude, it's actually going to negate one of his card's effects. So we'll negate Hope Harbinger for a turn, just so I can attack whoever I balls to want. And we'll attack whoever I please. Let's get Thode Ryzeal out to our hand. We already have Ice, which is really good. We do want to normal summon him when we get a chance. We're going to normal or special summon Theo here. A lot of our monsters have the effect to special summon themselves under different situations. You know, ditch an Xyz monster. If you have a Ryzeal monster, you can special summon Ice, but you don't want to ever do that. You always want to normal summon him when given the option. We'll go for Ice Ryzeal normal summon, because that'll summon another monster from the deck. And we're going to get a Node. Now, we're not going to use Node just yet. He has an effect himself, but we're not going to use it yet. We're going to go for our first Xyz monster. We're going to go for Duo Drive. Now, you can use as many materials as you want for Duo Drive. But basically what this guy does is, every material on him, 100 attack for you, and 100 less for the opponent. That's what he's all about, just making the opponent small and pathetic. And let me think here. Your attack's 28, 28. Not enough to destroy the stuff, though. That's the problem. Not exactly enough to destroy everything I would like it to be, but unfortunately, 'tis not the case. So, Because normally I'd attach materials from Duo Drive, but that's actually maybe not as good of an idea here. I'm actually going to special summon Palmer Ryzeal by ditching Ryzeal here. Or putting him back in my deck. It's the same essential thing. We're going to go for Palmer Ryzeal. And we're going to summon out this guy, the big boss monster of our deck, which is Dreadnator. It's pretty dang big. He's also going to attach a material from the grave to himself. We'll go ahead and put this back on our boy so he's nice and big. He's going to be able to protect our monsters from battle card effect and destruction. And let's see. Let's battle first, and then we'll use Duo Drive's effect. So let's go ahead. We'll beat over whom? Okay, this does nothing, right? This does nothing. This stops my spells, but I'm going to get a trap. So let's go ahead and beat over Tacky Boy. Yeah, that's not going to work, brother. I'm sorry, I'm negating all your stuff. You're just going to have to live with it. It's fine. I said earlier that this deck's not all about like negation of things. It's imperm. It's imperm did it. Don't blame me. It was impermanence that did it. But yeah, now that my opponent's activated an effect, I can actually use Dreadnator's effect. I can detach one of my many materials like Aggregator, and then I can pop a card. So let's go ahead and pop. Let's just pop Harbinger. But that's right. He does have the, Return of the Dragon Lords. So he can protect one of them, but he can't protect all of them. But this is fine, because now I'll be able to just, get rid of that spell, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Get rid of that boy. And then something else is going to possibly happen. No? Okay, thank goodness. Because that's not a once per turn Dreadnator. He is a multiple times a turn, wipe out your opponent's stuff. So let's go ahead and detach. Let's see, a material off of you and a material off of you. 2 materials I do from any exceed all on my board. We're going to go ahead and get the trap. And we'll get the field spell again. Just to spite Hope Harbinger. You think you can stop my spells, sir? Heck no, you can't. And now I'm going to go ahead and use my Ryzeal Throw Dress to put that on the board. And I can destroy up to 2 cards. For every Xyz I've got, I can just, number materials or number monsters I got on the board, pop. Pretty good. Pretty dang good. And my opponent, unless he did put 7th on top of his deck, this is going to be very hard for them. Very hard for them. Let's see here. How many materials are left on Dreadnator, just so I remember? Yeah. Detach. Pop this guy. I don't want to see his face around here no more. And we'll use Ryzeal Cross's effect. So I can just detach a material and negate his Galaxy Cyclone, guard dragon. This guy. So he's Gucci. He's A-OK Gucci. My opponent, he's on a tough spot right here. He had a nice little new idea just to go for like rank 8s and stuff and not just all Galaxy eyes. But once you get rolling with this deck, we're able to interrupt our opponent just enough to stop them from doing whatever they want to do. And yeah, there's a bit more negation than I would like to admit into it, but that's not the whole idea of the deck. It's about making rank 4s and using the rank 4s. It's all that Dreadnator popping stuff. He's chucking bombs at people. That's what he does. Chucking firecrackers, more like it. So there's our first duel. You get a perfect idea of what the Ryzeals are all about. Let's go for Duel 2. Show off more what this deck can do. We got a few more extra deck monsters and goodies we could go into. And I'm playing the 7th one. It's always funny to get that thing off. So let's see what happens in Duel number 2. Be forgot. Blah 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 blah. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Okie dokie. Waking up now. I'm a little out of it at the moment. Not gonna lie. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Let's see. Let's go first this time. Just to show off a little bit of duality of going first and second. So, yeah, warming up with the deck, remembering everything. I made this deck like a week ago, and I know I'm just getting to it, so I forget some of these things, but it's all good. Let's go for Bonfire. Goated card in the deck, because our X is a Pyro monster, and this card's still at 3. It's still pretty nutty that that's the case, but I'm not complaining. So let's go ahead and use our X Ryzeal. Kind of wish there was another Exceed. There's probably other Exceeds I could have sent to the graveyard for these various effects, but I don't know all of them. Sad to say. Let's see. I guess I'll just send aggregate. It doesn't really matter that much. Let's just get our X-Boy on the board. Let's search out other things. I don't know why I would want to negate myself. That's just like an Ash block. Why would I want to Ash myself? I don't get it. I'm still waiting for the archetype that's like, hey, if you negated yourself this turn, do a thing. Trust me, it's going to happen one of these days. We can't stop it. It's just going to happen. Alright, so let's go for our third Ryzeal. As we do, we'll get ahead. We already have everybody. We're just going to get X just in case we need it. Just in case we need it, but likely will not need it. So where is Ice Ryzeal? There you are. We'll normal summon Ice Ryzeal. Just get out more stuff. It's pretty linear with Ryzeals, dude. They're still a bit small in the extra deck department to do like more stuff. I kind of wish there was a third Ryzeal Exceeds monster, for example. That would have been good, especially considering like a lot of our stuff limits us to rank 4s. There's a reason I'm not playing the Armored Exceeds cards. It's because you kind of get limited in that respect. Just a little bit. So that's why I did took out the Armored Exceeds cards. Because while that was a cool little idea there's a lot of your cards that limit you to rank 4s and stuff. So it's not as consistent. So that's what happens sometimes. Let's go ahead and get Field Spell. Since we're going first, we're going to get the Field Spell. We're going to get the trap. Get to the trap. And then from this turn forward, you know, I can go for new stuff. I can go for any Exceeds I want. I can go for my Utopia boys. I can go for what have you may. Double or nothing. Get out of here. I don't need you. Do I look like I need that silly stuff? Oh, also, I should have got the spell. I could have also gotten the spell to put another material on Duo Drive, but didn't do that. It's all good. It don't matter. It's all good. We'll be fine. So long as we have Dreadnator, everything will be okay. Okay? He's a big 3,000 boy. He's gonna become even bigger because he's gonna put another material on himself. Go ahead and set a card, and oh yeah, I can special summon Node. But I've already used your effect, so there's no point in that. So let's end our turn for now. We'll end our turn for now. We've got a little bit of something for everybody. We got some Interruption. I can pop 2 cards. It's like Icarus attacking the deck. I guess Dreadnator doesn't actually throw explosives. He looks like that guy from Invincible that throws explosives or whatever. But I guess he actually shoots a laser. Kind of weird, but, you know, whatever. It's whatever. It works. So terraforming into what exactly? Mr. Rune. My mortal foe. Let's see. Target and special summon. You silly Billy, I can't be destroyed by your silly flash. I reject all flashings. That's what you get for not reading the cards, sir. That's what you get. Oh, bloody hell. I'm never a fan of Mr. Rune. Mostly because everyone who plays Mr. Rune plays the deck exactly the same. It's always just, hey, I'm gonna negate everything. Oh, I'm gonna start milling the whole deck. Blah, 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 that sort of thing. Not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that. So if I can get rid of the fountain, that'd be great. And even if he has something else to stop this is good. Yeah. Fun fact, Ryzeal is a counter field spell deck. If your opponent relies on field spell shenanigans, they're going to be in some trouble. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. No. Take defeat. Taste the stink of defeat, sir. All right. Sylvie. Call by the grave. So what's this do? Add a white for a spell trap. Nah, that's fine. Funnily enough, I did all this just to interrupt my opponent. See, the thing is, he thinks he stopped me, but in reality is, I stopped him without him realizing he was being stopped. Yeah, I made him think that Ash was the way to stop this. It was not. It was not. Let's see. So, targeting a face-up somebody, or I guess he's special summoning, right? Yeah, he's special summoning a Runick. Let's see here. Let's see. If I pop... I don't think destroying his spell actually is going to stop it. But... And it's a big old but. I'm going to go ahead and pop both of these, because this will also put a material on Dreadnader. Although I can also put it on... You know, I can put it on Duo Drive, or I can put it on Dreadnader. I'm going to give it to Duo Drive so I can search more stuff. I think that sounds like a good idea. I'm planning for the future, people. You know, next turn, I just want to get to turn number 3. If we can get to the mythical turn number 3, then I can start doing other Exceed stuff. I mean, I am locked to rank 4s, but I got rank 4s. So what's this do? Targeting non-quick play, Runick spell, add to your hand. Cool. Get back the field spell. Go ahead. I'll just pop it again. I don't think you understand how this works. I mean, yeah, I'm out of materials, so if you get it back a third time, then that's on me. But until then, I'm blowing up your fountain. No free water for you, young man. Hell no. None of that. You want water, you're going to have to ask Daddy Dreadnader first. Where you got to go? Typhon! Typhon. Okay, what's going on in my graveyard? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I can exceed using a Ryzeal. Do I need to do that? I will wait for him to use Typhon's effect. Yes. Bloody Typhon. Hello, Typhon, if that is your real name. I mean, Typhon's not that big of a problem. I mean, he's 2,800. That's pretty large, but other than that, you get a detachment material. Okay. I assume you're going to hit Dreadnader, but he might also hit Duo Drive. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Don't matter. End the main phase. Activate. Thruster. Taking off, buddy. I'm gonna make my own Typhon. Didn't expect a Typhon on Typhon, did you? Nobody does. And now your Typhon is susceptible to my Typhon. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna bounce him. There you go. Alrighty, so that happened. That all happened. That was funny. Oh my lord! Don't you love it when the opponent's playing a troll deck and you troll them harder? It's funny as all hell. Yeah. I really wanted to get my rank up spell though, because then I could do like this funny little thing with Masquerade. I play this guy because I can use him to search out X. But I figured as a side tech, go ahead and put in the rank up magic, you know, that sort of thing. So I don't want the Utopia. So that's like an alternate win condition, which I just do not want right now. And my opponent surrenders. Gosh dang it. I know I was about to spank you, but you were supposed to stay there for your spanking. Okay, I was going to go for the other rank 4s, like Exciton Knight and friggin' the Utopia Ray guy. That would have been cool. But my opponent was too much of a woofy boy. So, unfortunate that, you know, some people, that's how, like, a lot of players are nowadays. You stop them from doing stuff, they just, like, surrender. It's really annoying. Really annoying. But, you know, again, to get an idea what this deck is about, just kind of, it's not about negating the opponent. Yeah, we have some negates too, but the main idea of this deck is to interrupt the flow. That is the idea of this deck, especially with Dreadnader popping stuff, and protecting yourself from being destroyed by random bits of destruction, that sort of thing. That's the idea what this deck is about. So let's go for duel number 3. And how results one more good duel? You know, we all got time for 3 today, unfortunately. We got streams and stuff, got build decks, etc., etc. So let's go for one more duel. Let's show off some more of the stuff this deck has, because as consistent as it is doing the whole Detonator and, you know, that whole combo, I want to show off other stuff. Alright, everybody, our time for the third opponent, the fight in third. Let's go all in and show off this deck, baby, one more time. You know, it's been an okay. The thing about Ryzeals, they're very consistent. So it's been a pretty good day for just seeing out like the basic combo of Ryzeal. I mean, we've got the main combo starter, we've got the tack in. The only thing I'm sad about is the fact that we haven't seen Rank Up Magic, the 7th one. I could have built the whole deck around it, but that would have been a totally different deck in itself, so. Not today. Triple tactical talents. Oh boy. Well, it's thrust, which is basically the same thing, because most people just search out trap tactics, but it can be any normal spell or trap, right? Yeah. Any normal spell trap. Opponent controls a monster, you can add to your hand instead. So he has to set whatever it is. So, okay. So we're up against some form of Horus. Which form of Horus? What the balls is this? Summon a monster from the grave to your opponent's side of the field in defense. Reach the level of monster controlled by the level specials among monsters of the day. Gimmick Puppets! Gimmick Puppets? What the balls? I get the Horus, but what does that have to do with give and take? Oh, right, because the Gimmick Puppets like to do the OTK thing where they do the thing. I kind of vaguely remember how this works. So what does this do? Okay. Gimmick Puppet Little Boys. Interesting. Little China boy. Okay, interesting choice. Interesting if true, sir. Alrighty, let's go ahead and special summon our boy. And yeah, I'm really glad I packed the Ash, because that could have been like really annoying. He would have just gone for all of those bloody Horus boys. I mean, I like the Horus boys, but only when I do it. When other people do it, it's annoying. So let's go ahead and use our little Xyz boy. We're going to go ahead and negate this here field spell, because I don't trust it. Okay, give and take is giving... Oh, I get it now. Now I understand. He's giving me this so I can't summon anything. This card needs to be banned. This is like getting scythed. This stuff needs to be banned or something. I'm just saying, man. Okay, so I need to crash this into somebody at some point. Oh, that's... You know what? You want to dumb it down? I can be really dumb, sir. I can be the dumbest thick boy that you've ever seen in your life. And you're gonna taste every bit of it. Okay, man. Okay, I need to calm the fuck down. I'm getting weird. I just hate being hit with a floodgate like this. Because a lot of my cards limit me to Xyz, so I didn't play any bloody links. Not that that would help me in this situation, but I'm just saying I don't got none of that. So, screw you, gimmick little boy. I'm gonna spank you like I'm gonna spank your owner. I'm gonna spank you both. Give you a spanking. Take that. You know what? You want to dumb it down harder. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is my thruster does like bump kiss. The only thing I have is in perm. The one good thing is that a lot of the gimmick puppets are like really small in terms of main deck boys. They don't have like a main deck monster boss. They're all about that extra deck nonsense. It's what they do. Alright. Yeah, because see, he's got nothing. Me, I got Sakatama. Also, I'm going to whack you with your own whatever the hell this thing is. Do you know what? Oh, wait, no, I can't special summon. Huh. Oh, it's only for one turn. Your little floodgate's only good for one turn. Silly person. You're a silly person. You know what? I'm not even going to bother to Xyz summon. You know what? I don't need Xyz to prove that I'm the #1. I'm just going to whack you with all these. And if my math is right, which it very seldom is, this should be game. It should be game, potentially. Quite possible indeed. Yeah, that's going to be game. And I'm going to take you out with your own gimmick puppet. Alright, but that was way too quick. That's funny and all that, but it's way too quick. Let's go for one more duel. I was going to do 3. I think we can squeeze in enough time for one more duel. Alright, the fourth duel, the final fourth. Really should have just planned for 4 duels at the beginning. When we're playing a 4-star deck, gotta play 4 duels. That's just how it goes. So let's go first one last time. What do we have for hand? Perfectly acceptable, although we're not going to get that dang old rank up spell, I don't think. So let's go ahead and do the thing we do. Get out of here, Utopia Double. Nobody likes you. I only played you in case I needed you, which I never did, because you stinky. Alright, but regardless of stinky things, let's go for Ryzeal. Ash Blossom, okay. Well, that's why we got the spirits in this deck. If y'all are curious why these are here, there's actually a good reason for it. It's so I have additional level 4s. You know, additional level 4, never bad. So, let's see. Don't summon a spirit from the hand. I would like to summon Aratama, because he'll search me another Sakatama, so I can deck thin a little bit. You know? Never bad to deck thin a little bit, so let's get another Sakatama. Let me think, I don't want a normal summon yet. I actually want to go for Duo Drive first. Because I still have a normal summon. So, yeah, let's use Duo Drive's effect. Am I going to get I'm going to get infirmed too? Oh, we were having such a good run of not doing that sort of thing, man. Why do this? Alright, 7th Tachyon. Let's go for the 7th boy. Let's go ahead and get... If I get Ice, I still have a normal summon. Yeah, let's get Ice Ryzeal. This dude thinks he can stop me from doing, like, anything. They are very mistaken that they can stop me from doing whatever I want. I will do whatever the balls I please. Let's get Node on the board. And let's see, I can't use Node's effect. I got no Ryzeals in the GY. And if I had known that, I would have sent one of my extra Xyz monsters to the graveyard, but I didn't think that I would get hit by every other thing. You know what? You know what? I'll be a salty son of a spittoon. That's what I'll do. I'll summon a boost. I shall summon my tapir. Good luck playing monster effects, you monster effects stopper. Yeah, what do you think of that one? I summoned a tapir. What are you going to do about it? What is this? Mimighoul Charm. Mimighoul. Phone control, split place up. Randomly choose a face down card you opponent's extra deck. Monster that be special summon to your field. Cannot activate its effects. Well, everything in my extra deck is a Exceed, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. Although, he is flipping a bunch of these Mimighouls. Luckily, I've got Paguska, though, so none of it matters. That's the thing. I can flip these just fine, and nothing bad will happen. I think. Let me double check. Once per change, other man face Mimighoul. Flip up. Choose random card. I imagine he has something to... I'm thinking here. That's a tricky one, because he probably has like a hand trap or something to flip these. I would assume. During your main phase, you can summon this card from the hand, both field and defense. When this card's summoned, and a Mimighoul. See, this is the part where I really wish I had a Link monster. But I don't, so... I'm thinking here. I'm really thinking. If I flip these, he's gonna get like all my stuff. That's the problem. And the stuff in my extra deck is like big enough that I don't want him to have my stuff. Which I assume is the whole point of this spell. Damn, that's an annoying spell. Alright, well, this might not... Well, actually, hold on. There's one thing I can do. Potentially. So let's go ahead and Ryzeal Duo Drive. We'll attach a couple materials off of our boy. Let's get... Let's see. Yeah, let's get the trap so we can get rid of that spell. And we'll get Ryzeal Cross. I should have detached off the terribly tired taper, shouldn't I? Dang it. These Mimighouls have got me on the wrong foot. All this negation put me on the wrong foot, and I don't like it. Alright, well, regardless of that, let's go ahead and set a couple... And actually, hold on. I should... Okay. I just realized I screwed up. I should have used Ryzeal. I could have sent my Meteor guy to the graveyard to negate this, then flipped these. Their effects wouldn't have activated. And then I could have just been fine, but I made a big goof. A big old stinky goof. That's what happens sometimes when you play this game. You just kind of make a oopsie. Regardless, let's just whack this guy really hard as possibly be. And I could just make double a Zeus and just like blanket, get rid of everything on the board. That's just another option in of itself. I mean, yeah, I'm wasting cards because I'm a dum-dum. But you know what? I don't care. Get your stinky board off my board. This board is my board. Get your own. Alrighty. Actually, now that that's been had, why don't we now do some of these other things? Yeah, you know what? My opponent wanted to stop doing stuff. Let's just do whatever we want to do, man. Let's go ahead and attach. Let's go ahead for X Ryzeal. And we'll yeah, I'll just normal summon Sakatama normally. Why not? You know, it's the final duel. I'm going to dick around with it as hard as I please. And yeah, I could exceed summon into like Typhon if I wanted to, except Typhon's on the grave, so. No, let's go for. I've already used Duo Drive, but he is going to make my monsters bigger. So, balls to it. And then we'll use Duo Drive's other effect, which just remembers a thing, and I attach another material onto myself. Alright, I'll take it. It might not look impressive, but I was able to out everything. Okay, Stinky Mimighoul, what are you going to do now? What's your plan now? You going to go for duck? Duck, goose? See, for some reason, whenever I want to play the Verniself guy in my EDO Pro, it doesn't want to work. I don't know why, but I think I need to reinstall EDO Pro or something because it just does not want to work. What is this doing now? This guy is summoned out of Mimighoul Spell Trap. Okay. Mimighoul Maker. Oh boy. Reveal 2 flip monsters. Your opponent picks one to summon to their field. The other one goes to the hand, summoning Mimighoul from the hand. Okay, that could be bad. Potentially disasterific. Also, shouldn't have sent Typhon to the graveyard because then I could have summoned him on my opponent's turn. What do I get? Slimy. Okay, what does Slimy do? Opponent summons a Mimighoul from their deck. You control this to the opponent. Okay. And then you summon out the Arc Fiend, and then this guy can change my guy face up or put you face down, whatever you please. This is like the main starter off with this archetype. It's like Arc Fiend, go for the Ghoul. Is this part of the Arc Fiend archetype? Yes, it is. All right. Okay, so he's got all the boys back. Guess that's what's gonna happen. Get the fairy. And I think, yeah, the Mimighouls have an extra deck now, so that's cool. So he's going to summon whatever the balls this giant Mimighoul. Non-exceeds can attack directly. My opponent controls a face-down monster. Blah, blah, blah. Add a Mimighoul card. Attach material. Target face-up cards. Up to the number of face-down monsters. Destroy them. Inflict 1,000 damage for everything. Okay. Quite the involved rank 1 monster. Okay. Memphis just had an idea. This doesn't have specific material requirements. Therefore, Mimighoul Karibos could be a thing. I don't know how consistent that would be, but I don't care. I still have it in my head. Maybe I'll make that deck sometime. Maybe. Possibly. Regardless, what is this guy actually trying to do? Like, what is the plan here? My monster's still, like, on the board. They're not face down or anything, so unless you plan to do... Oh, you got to put that on my board face down, and then you can attack me directly. That's true. That is true. You gotta pop my big boy. But you foolish fool, you've activated Zeus's other effect that nobody knows about. I can attach anything I want to myself. Which doesn't sound that impressive, but if I get one more material on this thing, then oh boy. There you go. Okay, so now we go to the other exceeds, and this is the... Okay, this one's more specific. I guess maybe Mimighoul Karibos was just a dream after all. Who knows? Let's see. And this thing can bounce cards. No! Okay, well, I can still make Zeus again, so that's something. And it's not like this is game by any means. Does this do anything else? No, I don't think it does. This doesn't do anything else. That doesn't do anything else. What does the field spell do? Mimighouls. Not normal summon this turn. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this doesn't do anything all that much either. Okay. It really depends on what else he has, but if I can draw the right stuff, then... Unfortunately, this is literally the worst card I could have drawn. Gosh dang it, because the problem with 7th Tachyon is that you gotta put a card in your hand on top of your deck. So while I can get X Ryzeal, if I just had one other card in my hand, I could have still won. So gosh, okay. We were on a great roll today, but unfortunately the tricky to... Now, what messed us up is I messed up. I should have gone for X Ryzeal to negate that spell instead of going for all this other stuff. So I got cocky. I got cocky and I fucked up. So good on the mimighoul player though. They played a good game. So let's go ahead and go on the end screen. We showed off this deck for the most part. And so let's just get out that profile and all that good stuff and talk about what's next. Alrighty everybody, so Ryzeal's rank 4 shenanigans. We got 3 out of 4, which is pretty damn good for an archetype that's not based on omni-negation. Although it is based on at least some negation. I won't deny that that is the case. It is a deck that's about making the rank 4s. You go in for a little bit of, misdirect on your opponent. You get the field spell, stop them from using some of their monster effects. You got some negates in the deck that are like generic stuff. But for the deck of itself, the idea is not to just negate everything. It's to interrupt the flow. That's what our big old boy is all about. That's what good old Dreadnader is about. He's just the opponent activates an effect, pop a card, interrupt their flow, that sort of thing. Your opponent relies on field spells, too bloody bad. That's the whole idea of this deck. So we want to show off most of what this deck is about. It's pretty straightforward, like I say. It's, Ryzeals are not like a large archetype. I do feel like a few more extra deck things of the toolboxy variety would be nice for this archetype. Just like something different to go into other than Dreadnader and Duo Drive would be really cool. That's all I'm going to say. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Keep this channel going and growing. And next time, I'm thinking, maybe I'll listen to the voices in my head and I'll go for like Skull Servants. Not Skull Servant, what was it? What was that card? I forget. Either way, here is the deck list if you want to try out some Ryzeals yourselves. Yeah, and have yourselves a good old time with it. So, for the main deck, we got ourselves one Nibiru for our little cross-out designator over here. But we can also use this ourselves, of course. We have 3 copies each of Ice Ryzeal, Thode Ryzeal, and as well X Ryzeal. We got 3 of them guys. They're all the most important Ryzeal monsters. We have 2 copies of Node Ryzeal, 1 copy of Palma Ryzeal. It's just like a backup option there. 2 copies of Aratama, because he searches out Sakatama. 3 copies of Sakatama, because he gives us an extra normal summon. 3 copies of Ass Blossom, because there's too much rampant searching in this damn game nowadays. 3 copies of 7th Tachyon, which is just a neat little thing that can let us nab our X Ryzeal, because this is like our most important search 'em up option. You just gotta remember to have a card in your hand when you play the darn thing, or else you're gonna lose everything you wanted. So, yeah, that's a thing. We also played the Rank Up Magic 7th one just as like a funky tech card. It's not that important in this deck, but, since I've got Masquerade already, why not Chaos Masquerade? So we got one of those. Plus, if you play 7th Tachyon and have this in your hand by a bum chance, you just put this on top of your deck and draw it next turn and go activate all that good stuff. So it's pretty good. 3 copies of Bonfire, because this boy's a Pyro boy. Which some of the others are Pyros. Well, actually, no, Ice Ryzeal is a Pyro too, so there you go. So, the searches a few of the cards in your deck is very nice. You always play 3 of the cards. 1 copy of Call by Grave to stop, hand traps and the like. 2 copies of Ryzeal Plug, which allows you to just bring back a monster and attach a material to one of your Xyz monsters you control. 1 copy of Cross-Out Designator to stop Nibiru's Ash Blossoms, Imperms, the like. You can play more than 1 if you feel like you're getting hit by that a little too much. You can also just sub out Double or Nothing, because we never even use that bloody thing today, so, whatever you feel like doing, 3 copies of the Ryzeal Cross Field spell, which is pretty dang nice. It does recover cards from your graveyard, which we never did, because I never bloody found the need or the time to do so. But more importantly, if your opponent activates a monster effect at the end of, resolution, then you can attach material from an Exceed to negate that thing. It's pretty dang good. 3 copies of Imperm for when we go in second, just to interrupt my opponent's flow again. And 1 Ryzeal Throw Huster, which can not only pop my opponent's stuff, but allow me to Exceed on their turn. Pretty good. 1 for our extra deck, we have 1 copy of Double Utopia. in case we need to, OTK my opponent, that sort of thing, along with, of course, OG Utopia. We have one Excite Knight, because just any old rank 4s are good for this deck. This guy just nukes boards, and it's pretty cool. We got one Baguska, if we want to be salty on people. We got full armored Utopia Ray Lancer, who can become really big and beat over stuff. Then, of course, we have our 2 copies of Duo Drive to search out our cards. We have one Masquerade for our search engine, but also can, what was the other thing this do? It does negate stuff. It does have a negate, and it can mill my opponent's deck out, so it has uses, but mostly you play this for attacking. We have 2 copies of Dreadnator as our most important Exceeds monster. Opponent activates a card effect, just detach material from this guy, pop that card. It is not a once per turn sort of thing. And also you can detach materials from himself to protect your monsters. We have 1 copy of the Chaos 104 Umbra Horde, just because I can bloody summon the darn thing. I don't even remember what this does. I just know that I want to have it in my deck. 1 full armor Dark Knight Lancer, which I just realized is part of the old build. I can still make it with Umbra Horror, but I kind of forgot this thing, because this is back when I was playing the full armored Exceeds in this deck, so that's a holdover from there. Don't need to worry about that too much. But more importantly, we have Mirror-Logic Aggregator, which is a monster we can't summon in this deck, but you send it to the graveyard with our X, and then it just gives you a free negate of an opponent's face-up card. Really good if your opponent's playing Floodgates or the like, or anything that slows you down or you're worried about. Just play 1 of this, or 2 of it, whichever you want to do. And then, of course, last but not least, we're playing all these Exceeds and things. Double A Zeus is a must-have. Having Typhon is pretty damn useful, especially if we can exceed on our opponent's turn using this thing. So, there you go. It's a nice thing to have on the deck. After the side deck, I at one point was trying out the Toy Bunch in this deck. It's not as good because, you have to get rid of these cards on the board in order to summon them out, but it's an option. It's just not like the best of options. There's other things like Utopia Lightning if you don't want to go for double, but you want to keep Utopia for whatever reason. You got the Armored Exceeds guys, which, yeah, you can use these, but the timing is very late game, let's say. You can't really do that in the middle of normal Ryzeal combos, because if you do that, then you're not going to be able to exceed some of them, because this is a rank 3, this is a rank 5, but you can send this with Ryzeal X to the graveyard and have that set up and all that good stuff, so it's another optional thing, another plug-in if you find the need, but 2 is usually better. Of course, we got the Toy Box, the Full Armored Exceeds, basic stuff like that. So, that's the deck, everybody. Hope you did enjoy it. I'll see you guys again very soon with more Yu-Gi-Oh! Action. We got a couple of videos left this month. Getting ready to go to October. Big old spooky month. Gonna have Spooky Memphis on this channel a whole bunch of times. Everybody loves that guy. So, yeah, thank y'all for watching. Your boy Alter signing out. Until next time, everybody, y'all stay safe and happy. You have a good old time. Peace out.